അറിയാലോ മമ്മൂട്ടിയാണ്.
ഈ കാണുന്നതല്ലവൻ, ഈ കാണിക്കുന്നതല്ലവൻ, പിന്നെ ആരാവൻ?
മലയാള സിനിമയെ നാഷണൽ ലെവലിലോട്ട് എത്തിച്ച ആദ്യത്തെ വ്യക്തി ശ്രീ മമ്മൂട്ടി തന്നെ.
ഇന്നെടുത്ത് ഒരുത്തന്റെ കയ്യിൽ പിന്നെ തിരക്കഥയിൽ കേട്ടാൽ അയാളെ വിളിപ്പിച്ച് കൊണ്ടുവന്നിട്ട് പരീക്ഷിക്കാൻ തയ്യാറാണ്. ഭയങ്കര പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റി അല്ലേ. അപ്പം ക്യാമറ വെക്കാൻ നേരത്ത് ഹി ഡോമിനേറ്റ്സ്. മലയാളത്തിൽ മാത്രമല്ല തമിഴ്, തെലുങ്ക്, ഹിന്ദി തുടങ്ങിയ സിനിമകളിൽ അഭിനയിക്കുകയും ആ ഭാഷ സ്വന്തം ശബ്ദത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഡബ് ചെയ്യുക എന്നതാണ് മമ്മൂട്ടി.
ഏത് നായിന്റെ മോനാണ് അറിയേണ്ടത് അവളുടെ കഴുത്തിൽ താലി കെട്ടുവനാരാണെന്ന്?
குமுதம் பத்திரிகையில விமர்சனம் எழுதலாம். தமிழ் நடிகர்கள் டப்பிங் பேசுறது எப்படி என்று மலையாள நடிகர் மம்மூட்டியிடம் பாடம் கற்க.
Alright guys, welcome to the show. This is something entirely different. We are reacting to the Indomitable Thespian, which is Mammooty. This movie, man, so used to say movies. This is the first time I'm reacting, guys. So let us know what you think about our reactions to this compilation, I guess. But Sunny, man, what are your initial thoughts coming into seeing this and what you've seen so far?
Man, I felt like I wasn't sure what I was going to be in for, because this guy obviously has such a long history of filmmaking, and I knew that, we barely scratched the surface of what his film career is. So I was just so excited to see kind of the history of like his cinematic work, I guess. And already I've seen like so many shots of films here that I'm already interested in checking out some of these films. And just hearing some of the praise here, like stuff that we, I think, understood, but appreciate more the fact that he does his own dubbing and that people in Tamil cinema learn how to dub by listening to him, a guy whose native language is not even Tamil. Like, this guy's commitment to his craft just must be on a whole other level.
Yeah, this is pretty... I mean, we've seen a lot of recent Mammooty movies, right? So we're seeing a different side of Mammooty. It's nice to see a young face Mammooty. We've seen the, the 71-year-old.
71-year-old, wow.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? 71-year-old Mammooty still holds up pretty well.
Very well. No,
like if I can be 71 and looking like him, he's you would have done well for yourself.
Yeah. But
it is strange seeing him younger.
Definitely, but this looks like it's a really well made video. I didn't know what to expect coming in, whether it's going to be more like comedy or like an action-packed blockbuster. But it looks like it's going to highlight a lot of different roles he's had, because someone like him, right? He's got to have played everything.
Yes.
At this stage.
Yes.
But yeah, man.
That's right.
Pretty impressive.
And hearing people talk about him is amazing as well, because I don't think we've had anyone like tell us kind of all the great things that he's done and why he's so special. Obviously, in the comments we've had on our YouTube work, we have had that, but hearing it here, it's pretty amazing the amount of respect that he has from, the people who have made this video and who are commenting on it.
No, definitely. And like the one thing that I've been sort of seeing in the comments a lot and talking to some of the people, our fans and stuff, people have talked about how Mammooty has the ability, and we've seen this, the ability to become a character, beyond who he is, right?
Yes.
So we're already seeing pieces of that.
Disappear into a role.
We're seeing pieces of that already. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they have to show us in this. We're just 1 minute in. Let's
1 minute and so much.
Yeah. Let's continue on and let's see what's going to happen in the next. We'll take breaks in between and we'll just keep chatting about it. Right. Let's go.
Sounds good.
కోసం త్యాగరాజ స్వామి అన్ని కీర్తనలు రాశారు. లోగ్ అర్థీ కాంతే పర్ ఉఠాతే హై లేకిన్ మే తెరా కఫన్ కాంతే పర్ లాయా. So I was born a Hindu. I solemnly assure you that I will not die as a Hindu.
All right, man.
അച്ഛൻ, മോളുടെ അച്ഛൻ.
അവള് പോയടാ. അങ്ങനെ പറയരുത്. വെണ്ണിലാ ചന്ദനക്കിണ്ണം മുങ്ങി 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 മുങ്ങിപ്പോയി.
നല്ലവളാണ് അമ്മേ. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമ്മൾ അവളെ ഒത്തുവെച്ചു.
இந்த பச்சைக்கிழமை உதவி கொடுக்குறேன். அச்சமா பார்த்துக்க. கடவுளை கிட்ட பிடிச்சிக்க.
Wow. All right.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, let's a little bit more. We have not seen the side of Mammooty, right? The family man.
No, the family man. That's right. I mean, I think what are the films we've seen of him so far? Rorschach, Bhishma Parvam, and Nanpagal. The Malayalam. Like, I think those are all such distinct characters, but I think it was only in the last one, the Nanpagal movie, where he really played like an ordinary, down-to-earth person who's going through this insane scenario of inhabiting someone else's body. Yeah. But here you see a body of work where he's just being an ordinary person playing out what looks like just household dramas or ordinary life dramas or romance. And to be honest, I often wondered whether he could like do whatever is the equivalent of rom-com or romantic films. But there seems to be elements of that and drama here. So interested to see that. And obviously we know what a versatile actor he is. So I'm sure he has covered every genre from comedy to romance to drama to action hero. But it's so interesting to see him act and show these different facets to his character, the ordinary man, the romantic lead. It looks amazing, man. So keen to see some of the like best films from this era.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty cool. I'm enjoying it so far, man. It's it's like we're seeing him more in sort of mainstream roles. Because I think the movies you sort of mentioned, they're kind of all pretty different and pretty unique in a way.
Indie.
Yeah, kind of a bit.
Yes.
That's and like the other ones are a bit actiony, and I'm sure there'll be a section for that as well coming up. But yeah, it's nice to see him just sort of be that sort of regular mainstream kind of lead, which is probably more used to in Hollywood movies, at least.
That's right. And also, can I just say, amazing, like that he's able to speak so many languages.
Yes.
I don't know how common that is for Indian actors and South Indian actors. Like, I would assume maybe there's a little degree of familiarity with Tamil because they're neighboring states of Kerala. But he's done Hindi and Telugu and all of these other things. Like,
English?
He seems to be just an amazing... English as well. He seems to just be an incredibly intelligent person and just very dedicated to his craft. But like, I find that just an impressive trait to be so multilingual.
No, exactly. I think in Hindi he's on the horse. I don't know what that movie that's from, but that looks funny as well. I don't know if it's meant to be funny, but it's just that one snippet with him just on the horse gunning down. But yeah, he's speaking Hindi. The English one looked like he was playing Ambedkar. So Ambedkar's like he's almost equivalent to Gandhi. He's like basically he fought for like the lower class, the untouchable class in India to get them freedom, from what my understanding is. So it looks like he's played an extremely high role if he's done that. But yeah, as these roles he's in, like you can still see the character, right? He's still in character, and the grace and charisma is really there. Even in the snippets, you can see his dialogue, the way he speaks.
That's right.
So captivating.
He's got a magnetism whenever he's in screen. And I think they said it at the start, how he just takes over an entire frame.
Yeah.
Totally agree, man. Like, he must steal the show from everyone he's opposite.
Definitely.
Because he is just a magnetic, charismatic personality. You can't help be drawn to him on the screen.
No, exactly right. Well, let's keep going. We're on the family man now. Let's see what comes up next.
The family
man. Let's keep it rolling.
മൃഗയിലെ വാറുണ്ണി എന്ന കഥാപാത്രത്തെ കുറിച്ച് ഞാൻ ആലോചിക്കുമ്പോൾ മമ്മൂട്ടിക്ക് ആ കഥാപാത്രമായിട്ട് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതിത്തരാൻ കഴിയും എന്ന് ഞാൻ സംശയിച്ചിരുന്നു. എന്നെ വിസ്മയിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് അദ്ദേഹം ആ കഥാപാത്രത്തെ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്.
ലോക സിനിമ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളതിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ വേഷപ്പകർച്ചയുള്ള നടന്മാരിൽ ഒരാളാണ് ശ്രീ മമ്മൂട്ടി.
Film like Dirghay and Konganwad are both in the same year. That's a very difficult thing to do.
എത്ര സിനിമ കണ്ടു ഗോപാലകൃഷ്ണന്റെ
അല്ല
അപ്പൊ കോമഡി സബ്ജക്റ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും. ആക്ഷൻ.
കോടീശ്വരൻ ഉൻ പേരൻ പച്ചക്കുളം വാസു. വൈകിട്ട് 6:30 അവർ ചത്തുപോയി. നിശാന്ത് ഓഡിറ്റോറിയത്തിൽ വെച്ച് ഇന്ന് അവരുടെ 16 അണിന്തരമായിരുന്നു പരിപാടികൾ. മാറ്റും ചട്ടുകങ്ങളെ, ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവര് നിങ്ങളെ പറിച്ചിടും. ഞാനൊരു എനിക്ക് പോലീസിനെ അലർജിയാ. കല്യാണം കഴിക്കും.
Wow, man, it's. I've got to admit, it's kind of strange seeing him as a comedian after.
I think that's the hardest one. I can't like square the circle with like Mammooty being a comedian, but look, he seems pretty hilarious, and I can just imagine that he's got great comedic delivery. Like the guy's a master actor, but hard to imagine that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking to see him as a comedian in a way, just because of our view of him has been so visceral in these high impact, kind of crazy roles.
Serious.
Very serious, right?
Yes,
There's a strong element of drama in everything he's been in.
Yes.
But yeah, his delivery again is just so versatile. It said that, the versatile actor or something like that, right?
Yes.
But this one's showcasing us sort of different ages. Like I'm starting to see different time periods. Like it had some more recent and some a bit older as well. So they've done a good job in combining everything in this.
It's really impressive, and it's done seamlessly. I'm trying to think, when did he start acting? Like, when would have been his first movie? Has he been doing this for like 50 years, man? Like, because some of these movies look pretty old, like 80s, maybe.
I think some of the ones, when he was on that train with that, like, the film grain looks a lot different to what we currently have right now.
Yes.
I don't know. People let us know in the comments. When did he start? I think he started around the 60s, I think. Because I remember looking up this
60s.
He's been doing for, maybe I'm wrong here, but he's been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously he's just mastered his craft. Like it's this side of stuff is looking pretty funny to me.
It's completely not how I pictured him, but at the same time, he's the guy who will experiment with just about any role. So I can't imagine him typecasting himself to just be one type of actor.
Yeah.
He sounds like the kind of person who will challenge himself to do things he's uncomfortable with, even if he's not particularly comfortable in comedy. And I don't know if he is uncomfortable in comedy, but I feel like he'd be willing to give it a go and would master it, because he's just open to anything. Like doing Rorschach at the age of 70, like a really intense film with very like anti-hero vibes. Like I'm sure he'd be willing to give anything a go.
No, exactly right. At the start it showed he was some kind of slave, obedient slave, and like a landlord.
Oh yeah, he was like a landlord in a film and then a slave in another.
And he had that maniacal laugh. I don't know where that's from. That looked crazy. I was cracking up looking at that.
That evil landlord or something.
Yeah. It looks like I mean, those roles are probably more similar to what we've seen so far. But I mean, he had the makeup and stuff like that. Oh my god, he could definitely get into character. We haven't seen him do anything like that, right? Like get into like makeup and prosthetics.
No, he's been kind of just as he appears every day. Yeah, that's right.
Very impressed so far. We're enjoying this so far, man. This is pretty cool.
Enjoying this a lot. This is making me so curious, dude, about seeing some of this other work.
Exactly right. There's a lot of stuff I'm picking up from this. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nothing official about it.
നടന്റെ പൗരുഷം പലപ്പോഴും എനിക്ക് കഥാപാത്രത്തെ ഉണ്ടാക്കുമ്പോൾ വരാറുണ്ട്. Mammooty is a very handsome man.
80s തന്നെ ഏറ്റവും സ്റ്റൈലിഷ് സൂപ്പർ സ്റ്റാർ നമുക്കാണ്. ഇവിടുത്തെ എസ്ഐ അമ്മായി അകത്ത് ഇരട്ട പറ്റി എടുക്കാണെന്ന് ഒന്ന് കാണണം. ആചാരപടിക്കുക ബെസ്റ്റ്. കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ഓരോ പൊന്നരഞ്ഞാണം കൊടുക്കണം.
നിന്നെ പോലെയുള്ളവന്റെ പെരുമാറിന്റെ പേര്
നിന്നെ തൂക്കാൻ ഇവിടുത്തെ ഭയമായിരുന്നു. മരിക്കാൻ നിനക്കും. പക്ഷേ ഇത് രണ്ടിനോട് ഈ മന്നാടിയാർക്ക് ഭയമില്ല.
നീതിയും നിയമങ്ങളുമെല്ലാം മറികടക്കാൻ അനന്തമായ അവകാശങ്ങളും അധികാരങ്ങളും കൽപ്പിച്ചു കിട്ടിയ ജനങ്ങളുടെ പ്രതിപുരുഷൻ
ചേട്ടത്തിന് പറഞ്ഞ ചങ്ലിയൻ പുറത്തു വരും. Prove your balls you should dare. നിന്റെയൊക്കെ ശബ്ദം പൊങ്ങിയാൽ രോമത്തിന് കൊള്ളുകയല്ലേ.
ക്ലിന്റ് ഈസ്റ്റ്വുഡാ നമ്മുടെ ഹീറോ.
If you wanna shoot, shoot. Don't talk.
ഇതിഹാസ കഥാപാത്രങ്ങൾ.
Wow. Okay. No, he is definitely
Wow.
super stylish, man.
This guy, this is more what I was expecting from Mammooty,
Yeah.
kind of like action hero vibes, like taking the fight to, you know, the baddies or whatever. Like this is just this must have been his action hero phase or something, right?
Guess so.
Like where he's just beating down the bad dudes,
Yeah.
like taking names. This guy looks like an absolute boss here.
Yeah,
But yeah, so stylish in everything he does. I wonder if he was maybe like the preeminent actor of a particular era, like the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's the big box office hit of that era and just appeared in everything because
Yeah,
he seems to fit the bill, like handsome guy, stylish guy,
definitely.
obviously an amazing actor. Like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And he has that different, in some of the scenes, he had that real 80s fashionista kind
Yes.
of look, right? Like with the whole
Yeah.
aviators and the suit and
The glasses.
yeah, all that. He looked like a real dashing sort of superstar back in the
He's a
days.
handsome dude, he's handsome
He's handsome.
devil even now.
Yeah,
and so
definitely
he
is.
wanted.
He's got good height, you know, light skin. You know,
Yeah.
different. He's got different hairstyles going on. He's got the long hair going on, the short hair going on.
Yes.
So he's definitely like, yeah, it's weird, right? Because like we don't normally. He's still playing like a lead now. Like we can't talk about him like he's an old actor
No.
and like he's
A supporting actor.
no, he's still playing the lead now. So he's doing it in just a different way, you know, like in Bisham Parvam, right? Like he's still very stylish, but it's more like
Yes.
a mafia boss kind of stylish. And these ones are more like a stereotypical
right.
hero, and looks like some historical roles as well. He's been doing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised to see that,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, that he's no reason he shouldn't, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's interesting. And again, just shows his amazing, like, willingness to do any kinds of roles
did it.
and stretch himself.
Sorry, I
yeah.
cut you off a little bit there, but I was going to say, like, he's definitely they brought up something about the masculinity, right? And like
Yes,
for the time period, especially, like this guy was, you know, he does that even now, but back then he was embodying like what it is to sort of be the man,
Yeah.
to take down
Yes.
people, to, you know, fight for people, to stand up for justice, all this kind of stuff that we
Yes.
associate with sort of the 80s and 90s, you know,
yes.
the era that you and I grew up in. That's what we saw a lot of.
Yes.
Obviously not of Malayalam cinema, but there's some references I'm
Yes.
seeing which are pretty similar to our upbringing as well, I think.
100%. And touching on that masculinity point, I think he's obviously must be, you know, what people would aspire to back then, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the version of masculinity that is like really attractive and all of that. He's also just a cool dude
Yeah.
by the looks of it, like all of his stylishness and that. And obviously like that's not important, but in the cinema industry, I
Yeah.
think you got to have that appeal as well, right? You got to do that to remain relevant.
Yeah.
And he just seems like not only is he insanely talented, but he's just a stylish guy that people want to be like, and that
Yeah.
draws box office audiences, I
He
think.
must have been like I don't know, like in our age, like Tom Cruise always seemed to be pretty big like that. Like,
Yeah, that's literally
Right?
who I was
Yeah.
thinking of, man. Like after what was it, the first
Mission Impossible?
Mission
Yeah.
Impossible, yeah.
looks like that.
And even first Top Gun,
Top Gun,
right?
yeah.
Like the cool guy.
Exactly right. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a
So-
icon in that way. And she's definitely
Yes.
showing that here.
Icon is a great word, dude,
Yeah.
because I feel like this video is suggesting that he's
Yeah.
obviously got a special status. He's not just a great actor. He is like on another stratosphere,
Yeah.
right? Of Malayalam films, but maybe as in India as a
I think
whole.
so.
Like, I don't know how, you know, other film industries within India interact with Malayalam cinema, whether there's much crossover, but he seems like he's at the top of the Malayalam
Yeah.
kind of pecking order, and maybe he's respected around the country as well in other film industries as well.
Great question. Let us know in the comments where does Mammooty fit into the whole hierarchy of actors in India? Because I think Kamal Hassan's another big name, which is why it sort of slipped my tongue there.
Yes.
We've seen
Yeah.
a bit of him, and obviously the other Malayalam actor Mohan Lal, which we have not seen much of, but he's like his contemporary, Mammooty's contemporary. But yeah, I'd like to know where they all sort of stack, and you know who is the biggest legend. Because so far Mammooty is definitely one of my favorites, just because of the versatility.
Totally. Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't know, I feel a mashup like this seems to suggest he transcends just Malayalam cinema.
Yeah.
But I don't know that to be a fact. It'd be great to know.
Definitely. Let's get rolling. We're halfway now, man. So interested to see what can they
do it.
pack into this. This is 10 minutes. This is going to be crazy. All right, let's keep it going.
ജന്മം നൽകുന്ന ഒരു പ്രക്രിയയുണ്ട്. ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാരോട് ഏറ്റുമുട്ടി മയ്യത്തായ മാപ്പിളമാരെക്കാൾ എണ്ണത്തിൽ കൂടുതൽ ഹിന്ദുക്കൾ മരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. പഴശ്ശി കേരളമല്ല. തുളയാണി വെച്ച് ചുരുക്കപ്പിടി വളക്കാൻ പണം തന്ന ആര്? ആദ്യം ശിക്ഷിക്കേണ്ടത് ഹിന്ദുവിനെയും മുസൽമാനെയുമല്ല, ഈ മണ്ണ് ചോരോടെ നടക്കെടുത്തപ്പെട്ടി മക്കളെ അല്ല.
നമുക്ക് കണ്ടിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളൊക്കെ ഫിസിക്കലി ഫിറ്റ് ആവണമെന്നുള്ള ആഗ്രഹം നമുക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്.
Prithviraj.
My life is worthless. I value my country's freedom more.
ഈ നാട്ടുഭാഷ ദേശഭാഷാ പ്രയോഗങ്ങൾ കേരളത്തിൽ അനുവദിക്കുകയാണ്.
കുട്ടിക്കാലം മുതൽ കാണാനല്ലേ കൃഷ്ണനെ താഴെ പഠിക്കാൻ ഞാൻ
കാസർഗോഡ് തൊട്ട്
പോലത്തെ കുഞ്ഞു പിള്ളറപ്പ
തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തുന്നവരെ വാചികാഭിനയത്തിൽ പുതിയ അനുഭവം നൽകാൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കഴിയും.
നിന്റെ അത്ര വിവരം വ്യത്യാസമില്ല, പക്ഷെ നെറുകേട് കാണിക്കില്ല.
നിന്റെ പറമ്പിലെ തേങ്ങ ഇനി കണ്ണോണ്ട് നോക്കരുത്. അതിനിടയ്ക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഒരു വട്ടം ചാടി പിടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇൻഷുറൻസിന്റെ പ്രശ്നം. ഞാൻ ജയിക്കാനായിട്ടൊരു കളിക്കാരി, അതില് തന്റെ സപ്പോർട്ട് വേണം. സാറേ, ഞാൻ എന്റെ മകനെ പോലെ അവനെ കൊണ്ടുനടക്കുന്നു. പൊന്നു പോലെ ഞാൻ കൊണ്ടുനടന്ന എന്റെ കുടുംബം എന്റെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് വീണോയത്. പുണ്യാളത്തിന് ഓർത്ത് എന്റെ മാല കിട്ടും. ഞാൻ ഈ ഹോട്ടലിൽ മൂട്ടിക്കെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത് വെറുതെ എന്റെ മോൻ മരത്തിൽ വന്ന് വീണിട്ട് ചോര വാർന്ന് വണ്ടിയിൽ ഞാൻ ശരിക്കും ആസ്പത്രിക്ക് പോവാം. ഒന്ന് വിട്ടാൻ നല്ല മണിച്ചിട്ട് തളിട്ട് കായും പണവും മാത്രം പോരാ, തലേടകത്തെ
Shimon's like,
നീ അവിടെ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങളുടെ പൂർവികന്മാരാണ് നമ്മൾക്ക് മലയാളം മനസ്സിലാവേണ്ടത്. ഇനി എന്നൊരു കളിക്ക് തന്നെ നിന്റെ വെട്ടി വെടി പീസാണ്.
എനിക്ക് സ്വന്തം 15 വയസ്സിൽ കേരളം വന്നത്.
wow, man, I think I just want to pause that because, like, my God, like, I think we should touch on how much control this guy has over language. And we're seeing that especially in this one. Like, even before the segment, I was going to mention, like, his dialogue and his expressions are so strong. That's really a defining characteristic of his, and his voice as well. But this is
such a distinct voice.
This is next level. What he's doing here, this is not easy. What he's doing, he is being. We touched on it on all our reviews, right? We talk about the authenticity and how much they bring out in his movies. The dedication this guy has is ridiculous, because to people like you and me, we're not going to be able to pick up the differences between, except maybe the fisherman slang, but all the localized sort of dialects that they have and the slight differences. That's dedication, man, to be able to speak like that.
That is dedication. Like, because I think he has such a draw that he doesn't need to go to this extent. Like, people are going to go watch him anyway, right? So it must be this, like, inner motivation in him to just bring, like, to work on your craft and be dedicated and bring your best performance every day. He's not sitting on his laurels, which he can totally do probably very early on in his career when he became big, and certainly he can do now because people are going to go watch him. But he just seems absolutely dedicated to just giving 100% to every role, getting the nuances right. And he seems to be a person who takes acting, the job of acting, seriously. He's not there to collect a paycheck, which he could easily do, especially at the age of 71. But he seems committed to the craft of acting, and I guess that's why we're calling him a thespian. Which is amazing, man. I respect that so much.
Yeah, it was. They went to like what 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 dialogues there.
More,
Some were like localized in Kerala, but then they went to like he was like speaking like as a Kannadiga who speaks Malayalam. So that's like next level. He's
that is layers on layers.
He must definitely spend some time, or he must just have been doing this for so long. It's just become innate to him. He can just pick up and sort of speak however he wants to, whenever he wants. He's a true professional. That's what's really coming out. He's.
I respect that, man, and I think we've said that about like maybe other kind of Hollywood equivalents of people who are getting on. They're just feels like they're there to collect a paycheck. They're just performing a role. They're not necessarily working on their craft. Of course, there are exceptions, but Mammooty just seems to be a man who's dedicated to cinema, dedicated to the art of acting, and continually becoming better, which I think is inspiring for any kind of professional, right? Just
Yeah.
that dedication to his art
I think
form.
that's what makes him transcend so much, right? That's why someone like we
Mm.
can look at him and without even understanding what he's saying, obviously subtitles are there, but his performance and delivery
Yeah.
is so strong and so different in each role.
Yes.
You're kind of like, wow,
Yes.
you're mesmerized. You really are. So that quote
That's true.
before when it's like, he's basically, he dominates the entire screen. That's being shown over and over again.
Yes.
Like some of the lines, this is the kind of
Yeah.
stuff that you'd probably watch as a kid and then probably reenact, right? That's what I'm getting the sense of.
Yeah, true. Some of those action sequences. Yeah.
And like running down and having a specific dialogue or a speech or something like that.
Yes,
Fantastic.
a monologue. Yeah.
We can probably
Amazing.
maybe pause one more time in between. Because we've got 3 more minutes left. But yeah, this has been great. Let's keep going.
This has been awesome.
அந்த சினிமா இன்னைக்கு பார்த்தாலும் நான் எழுதுறேன்.
അയാളെ
Come on, Hassan.
തോണിയാണ് എന്റെ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്.
Wow.
എന്തൊന്നും അറിയാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരവസ്ഥ. മമ്മൂട്ടിയെ കൊണ്ടല്ലാണ്ട് ആരെ കൊണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല.
തികച്ചും നിസ്സഹായനായിട്ട് അടികളും ചവിട്ടും മാത്രം ഏറ്റുവാങ്ങുന്ന ഒരു കഥാപാത്രമായിട്ട് എത്ര നായക നടന്മാരതിന് സമ്മതിക്കുന്നുള്ള വലിയൊരു ചോദ്യമാണ്.
വളരെ സൂക്ഷ്മമായ ഒരു അഭിനയം മമ്മൂട്ടി കാഴ്ചവെച്ച ചിത്രമാണ് ഭൂതകണ്ണാടി.
ആ പെൺകുട്ടി ഇത്രയും ഇല്ലാത്തതിന്റെ കൂടെ കടിച്ചു കയറിച്ചിട്ട് ചെന്നായിട്ട് പോയി അവന്റെ കുട്ടി ഒരു തുണ്ട് ജീവൻ ബാക്കി വെച്ചിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ലോകത്ത് എവിടെ വേണേ കൂടെ ഞാൻ ചികിത്സിച്ചു. അതിനൂടെ അവസരം
மம்முட்டி சார் பண்ண வெரைட்டி ஹாலிவுட் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் எல்லாம் பண்ணதில்ல. ബുദ്ധന്റെ വളരെ ബേസ് ഉള്ള ശബ്ദവും മറ്റേ വളരെ ഫുള്ളായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ശബ്ദവുമായിട്ട് ഒരേ സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഡബ്ബിംഗ് സമയത്ത് ശബ്ദ ക്രമീകരണത്തിൽ അദ്ദേഹം വരുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള മാറ്റം.
എല്ലാരും എന്നെ മാടെന്നാ വിളിക്കണേ. പണിയുണ്ട്, കഴിക്കാനുണ്ട്, കിടക്കാൻ സ്ഥലമുണ്ടേ. അവരെന്ത് സ്വന്തം അവരുടെ ഭാര്യ ഇത് ഏട്ടനെ ജയിക്കാനല്ല, ഇനി അങ്ങോട്ട് എന്റെ മുഖത്ത് നോക്കാതിരിക്കാൻ. നിന്നെ എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമായിരുന്നു, അതുകൊണ്ടാ.
ജോലിക്കാരും നിൽക്കണ്ട.
എന്റെ ഒരു കണക്കില്ല, എന്റെ അധ്വാനത്തിന് കണക്കില്ല, എന്റെ ജീവിതത്തിന് കണക്കില്ല, എല്ലാം
വളരെയധികം ത്യാഗവും ഡെഡിക്കേഷനും കഠിനാധ്വാനവും കൊണ്ട് മാത്രമേ പരമോന്നതമായ ഒരു സ്ഥാനത്തേക്ക് എത്തിപ്പെടാൻ കഴിയുകയുള്ളൂ.
I think we'll pause one more time. Yeah, man, I was getting without understanding the context of these movies, but I was getting goosebumps watching Mammooty as like a helpless
Me too,
character.
dude.
Right? Like, oh my god,
Yes.
those scenes were, it's
Like
crazy.
where he's just pleading or he's crying or like
Yes.
he's like distressed about something. I wasn't even reading the
Yeah.
text. I was just watching him at that point and I was like almost sucked into whatever was happening in that 5 seconds. Oh man, what a commanding presence he
Yeah.
has, dude. Like I'm almost like, yeah, as you're saying, goosebumps just watching some of these snippets which we have no context about whatsoever. You can only imagine the full impact of watching one of those movies and seeing his full performance. Wow.
No, I'm definitely getting definitely understanding now why people are such super fans of Mammooty, like
Yes.
beyond any level
Yes.
that I've seen for any Hollywood actors or sort of other people. Because if you can literally just watch Mammooty movies and be content, because you have everything,
Yes.
you have everything there. He's done such an awesome job
Ticks
by
everybody.
portraying every kind of
Yes.
role. By obviously, they're talking more about his voice and how he's changed the game with the dubbing and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a big
with the
part of his
dubbing.
acting. It's a huge part that we're seeing more and more of. But yeah, it's pretty impressive, man. It's honestly somewhat inspiring. Like, if you're someone that's looking to just, be an actor or looking to sort of just get into the creative field, I can't imagine how far you can go without watching Mammooty. He's a legend.
That's right. I think he feels like an inspiring character. And looking at the quote that's on the screen about sacrifice, dedication, hard work, like he's, as I was saying, could be very content to not do any of that, but he just seems so invested in every role that he does and wants to bring his best performance. It's nothing short of inspiring, man. And obviously getting recognition from his peers
Definitely.
who recognize that, like, he is literally one of the best actors going around. It's impressive, man.
No, definitely. And that quote, I think, is from Mohanlal. So that's the other contemporary of his who's just
Yeah.
but yeah,
Wow.
he's definitely well revered in this industry, well respected in this industry, and I think let's continue on and wrap it up, and maybe we'll just do a
Let's do it.
post chat about it.
Let's do it.
ഇവിടുന്ന് പോയാൽ ഞാൻ തിരിച്ചു വരും. കണക്കുകൾ ഒരുപാട് തീർക്കാൻ கூறியதேதான் திரும்பவும் சொல்கிறேன்.
Hey.
மம்மூட்டி சிறந்த நடிகர்.
സന്തോഷായി.
Wow.
അവ വന്നൂലോ, എനിക്ക് അത് മതി.
എടാ യൂസഫേ, വല്ലും പിടികിട്ടിയ ഭയങ്കര അർത്ഥം ഇതിനൊക്കെ.
Ooh.
Dude, every film that was showed in that last minute or whatever, I want to watch that.
Yeah, man.
Every one of those just seem like amazing films, great characters, and just a great atmosphere.
What's wrong with the sword? That looked crazy.
Yeah, that looks insane.
That one was crazy.
But man, how many movies must he have done? I feel how many films are covered in that short film? That short 10-minute video.
I think a lot was covered, but I think it basically it might just scratch the surface. I don't know.
It scratches the surface, surely.
Because
Yeah.
It's just so many.
How many memorable characters?
Yeah, man. Oh my god. Yeah, some quotes from Kamal Hassan as well, there, as we mentioned. So yep, he's definitely a legend in this industry.
Game recognized game.
Yeah, pretty much. Incredible, man. That was spectacular. Wow. That was I'm pretty taken aback by that. That was really good. That was really fun to watch. I really get appreciation.
The body of work there. Yeah, I'm just blown away. I mean, I think we already had a sense of what an amazing actor he was, but just looking at the versatility of the characters he's played, the versatility of the genres he's kind of acted in, he just seems to have done everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything left for him to accomplish? He seems like
Seems like there is, right?
And yet, yeah, I mean, he seems like he's still hungry to keep doing, pushing boundaries and doing different types of films and not kind of just coasting on being an action hero or something.
No,
I would love to sit down and talk to him, man, about what his philosophy around, not me, hear him talk about what, sure, talk to these guys. But because I feel like he's someone who's given thought to his craft, and has views on how he goes about acting and the method of acting and what it means to be an actor. I reckon I could listen to him talk about that. Would love to hear his philosophy on it, because he seems like he's not just there to act. I think he believes in the role of cinema and kind of what actors can bring to people and the lives they can kind of impact through a strong performance.
You have to be extremely passionate at what you do, and that would come across. That comes across in his acting, as we're seeing all the time, right? But just chatting with him. Actually, I haven't been able to find much clips of him talking just about acting. If people are listening, do let us know if there is any sort of inspiration we can take, because I would love to watch him just talk about how he approaches acting and how he approaches different roles, how they differ, and reference stuff that he's done before. Obviously, we need subtitles, but or they have to be English. But it was really impressive, man. Want to give some quick shout outs to people before I forget, man. This has been requested to us by a few people.
Let's do it.
Big shout out to my main man, the Norway Machan. This guy's been fantastic, man. Thank you so much for actually sending me the link for this video and telling me to sort of react to it. We had another one from Adarsh KM. Thank you, mate. You've recommended this one along with the Mohan Lal one. I think once we've seen more Mohan Lal movies, I think we'll be in a good place to do that as well. And another one, Mishal Boy. Thank you. I think you just made the comment. all the comments we get. And this last one, man, one of the best names of any YouTuber I've read so far. His name is Shomi the Reaction. So, so mate, I hope we have showed you the reaction in this one. So yeah, your name is an inspiration for us on this video. But yeah, I'm just blown away. I'm so impressed by this. So yeah, this was really different for us to do something like this. We haven't done much. I think it's been pretty fun. So I don't know, Sonny, any final thoughts or anything like that before we wrap it up?
No, just I'm excited to check out a couple more Mammooty films in the future, man.
Yeah.
Like there seems to be a million choices, and they're all bangers.
Definitely, the one with the sword, the one where he's playing like a slave, the one. There's a few different ones, actually. To be honest, some of the comedy ones, I'd like to sort of see some of them.
Yeah, I'm willing to give those a go. Yeah. Just Mammooty being the ordinary man.
Yeah. Maybe like what? I'd love to know what was his biggest role. Oh man, that's a pretty loaded question.
I'm sure.
But,
yeah.
But if there is a movie that sort of just like can there be a defining role for him after seeing that? Like you think of
of that many films.
You see, like we mentioned, just bringing back Tom Cruise. You can name like 4 or 5 films of his, which are really big. Mission Impossible, Top Gun, and maybe a few here and there as well. But Mammooty, how do you even begin to pick out of these? This is insane. These roles.
They all seem iconic.
Yeah,
like a dozen more.
It seems like he doesn't have any failures either. Like they always make box office hits, right? So I'd love to know his track record. It sounds like he just makes hit after hit because he'll just draw a crowd just being himself. It looks like so it's not hard to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go watch every one of his films, so I'm probably one of those people. But.
Definitely. Cool, man. But this has been a lot of fun. Definitely looking to do more reaction stuff. So do send us any other reaction stuff you think that you want us to react to, any trailers, any movies, any inside footage which you think is good. Let us know. We're here to provide the content. So until next time, Sunny, we'll get on to another movie next time. But yeah, the next time. We'll catch you in the next one.
Looking forward to it. See you guys. Yes.